seeing how I look on this live. I've never done a live before, and I don't know if I've really set it up properly. The sky has gone all grey and cloudy, so I'm having to use some artificial light, which is not so nice, but then that's normal because it is October, of course, and the nights are getting longer, the days are getting colder, the weather is maybe not so good, depending in which hemisphere you're in. Certainly where I am, it's starting to get, chillier out there, the leaves are falling, and that's why I decided I would do a little live all about scary movies, because October is of course the month of Halloween. So Halloween seems like a good time to watch something scary, especially as it's at the end of the month when it's a lot colder and darker, and you just want to curl up with a movie anyway, and not really go anywhere. So I wanted to talk a bit about scary movies because I never really used to watch horror movies or be interested in them, because I kind of thought, well, why would I choose to scare myself? Why would I choose to watch something frightening when I could watch a romantic comedy or something funny, heartwarming, whatever it is? It seemed odd to me to want to watch, scary monsters chasing people, or people with knives chasing after people and trying to kill them or whatever. It just didn't seem a nice way to spend an hour or two in front of the TV. And worse, there were even some horror type movies that kind of disturbed me. So when I started watching The Walking Dead, which I did really enjoy at first, I eventually had to give up because I found it very disturbing, incredibly realistic, and I kept imagining people in my life as zombies. And it's a real shame because obviously it's a fantastic series and I actually really like zombie movies normally. Some of my favourite horror movies are zombie movies, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So what changed things for me then? Because I'm here to talk about horror movies and to find out about your favourite ones. So obviously something came along one day and changed my mind. So in the last few years, I've got really into the horror movies of John Carpenter, who's one of the most famous horror movie directors. I've also watched some other horror classics. So some of his movies are ones like Halloween, The Thing, Christine, The Fog, all really great movies. And then I've watched some other horror classics like Alien or The Shining. And in fact, I've noticed that very often the best horror movies, they do actually take the time to develop the characters and to develop the story. So it's not just, probably the bad horror movies, I don't think I've really seen any bad ones, are just like blood, gore, scary, blah, just designed to frighten you, whereas the sort of smarter ones are often very funny, and sometimes at the beginning they don't really look like horror movies. They even start out looking like, I don't know, like romantic comedies or just another genre of film, because they're trying to get you to, feel something for the characters and to connect with the characters, so that then when things do go wrong, you're even more horrified because these nice people who you liked and who you developed a relationship with suddenly find themselves in a very scary situation. So it's all the more disturbing when you care about the characters and you don't want them to die. So yeah, some of the better movies, they definitely made me realize, okay, so we can have like well-developed, interesting characters, good plot, humor, psychology, and other good things that you might not expect in a horror movie. And because of that, I feel that they're actually useful then for learning English, because obviously if it was all action and blood and gore and scary stuff, then there wouldn't be very much dialogue and it just wouldn't really be very interesting. But in fact, watching horror movies can help you learn more about the culture in English-speaking countries and also expose you to just normal everyday speech. So like I said, in the sort of beginning parts of the movie where they set up the characters and the situation and you learn about them, and sometimes the beginning of the movie can be, it can be funny, it can be charming, you get to see the characters in their everyday life. That's a great opportunity to listen to them just talking normally, having conversations, chatting like normal people. And that's an opportunity to really listen to and immerse yourself in authentic language, in the authentic culture. And then you get the scary part a bit later on, where something bad usually happens to the character that they make us empathize with the most. So that's what I really like about horror movies, is that they also have this potential for developing your English and developing your connection with the culture and the language, which is what I'm all about, really. That's what I like to help people do, connect with movies, connect in English through movies. And actually this month, as it is Halloween, I'm going to be doing something special for Halloween with my own favourite horror movies. So you can expect a John Carpenter movie, and then 2 other horror movies that are more recent, where with cute couples that have something not very nice happen to them, that are very clever and very funny. So if you want to hear more, if you'd like to learn with horror movies and hear more about some of my favourites and how they can help you, then I suggest that you join my email list, because that's where I'll be sharing all the news. So when I finish this live, I'm going to go and I'll add the link. Otherwise, you can just go to my website, so leo-listening.com, and then you'll see when you arrive that you can subscribe to my newsletter and get a free guide, which is called Understand Movies in English. So after you sign up to that, you'll get the newsletter, and the next one is due out on Friday, and then you'll get some more details on my plans for October and for just before Halloween, what I'm doing that will involve horror movies and coming together to learn from English through movies, so you can feel confident catching that kind of everyday normal life dialogue in horror movies that you get at the beginning before all the scary stuff happens. So I think most people are going to be watching this after it's gone live. It's my very yellow face, sorry about that. Maybe you can let me know in the comments about some of your favourite horror movies, and if you're a horror movie fan, and maybe you've got a situation a bit like mine where you sort of avoided being scared, because why would you choose to be scared? But maybe you changed your mind about horror movies. Maybe there was a particular scary movie that made you realize, oh yeah, scary movies can actually be funny, insightful, interesting, profound. So if you could let me know, that would be really interesting. It would be nice to gather a bit of a list of horror movies that people have seen, or maybe that they would want to see, if we get a decent list going. Okay, well, thanks so much for watching. Again, make sure you join my newsletter. I'll give details under the video. Otherwise, go to leo-listening.com and you'll see what you need to do when you get on the site. Okay, I'm going to head off because I have a feeling my battery is going to go, because doing a YouTube live apparently uses up a lot of phone battery, and I don't think I charged it enough before I started. So thank you so much for watching if you were here live, or for watching if you weren't here live. Oh, hi Manuel. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just about to log off, but I'm glad you showed up. If you want, do let us know what your favourite scary movies are, if you have any, in the comments. And thanks so much for watching. See you soon.